getting a lot of requests from people that want to add captioning to a live stream that they're doing. Maybe it's a remote meeting that you're participating in for work, or you're a teacher setting up remote learning for students, or a church that wants to add live captioning to their stream services. In all cases, adding captioning and/or translation is really easy. In this video, I'll show you 3 ways you can use Streamer to do this. First, by showing the captioning underneath your live stream content. Then second, by using Streamer's overlay feature to have the captioning superimposed on top of your live stream feed. And third is running Streamer in the background and having the remote participants view the captioning by opening a Streamer window on their computer. Before I get started, I just want to mention that with Streamer, your captioning and translation data is private and secure. All data is fully encrypted, and you alone control all access to that data. The only people that can view your data are individuals that you explicitly give permission to do so. And when you delete your data, it's gone forever. Okay, let's get started. First, I'll set up my live stream. In this case, I'm planning to show a PowerPoint presentation to everyone, but you can use these same steps no matter what application you're going to show in your live stream. And I'm also going to use Zoom as the live streaming platform, but you can use the same similar steps with whatever platform you're using. I'll open a browser and start my Zoom meeting. In my case, I have 2 monitors attached to my computer. So in Zoom, I'll choose one of these monitors as the one I want to share. Note that I'm picking a monitor versus an individual window or program. Then I'll display the slides or video that I want to show others. In this case, I'll open up a PowerPoint presentation. Here's a PowerPoint tip. When I launch PowerPoint, I'm going to go to the Slideshow tab. Select the Set Up Slideshow option and click the Browse by an Individual Window option. This way I can show more than one application on my monitor. I'll position that window something like this. Next, I'm going to start my captioning. To do that, I'll open up a Chrome browser tab, go to streamer.center, and I'll log into my Streamer account. I'll then select the Streamer room I want to use for the session. I'll resize the window, and I think I'll close the side panel like this. When I click on the microphone, now everything that I'm saying is captioned. I think I'll increase the font size like this. There! Now I'll click on the PowerPoint slides and bring it to the front. And I'm all set to caption my presentation. That's how most people add captioning. There's another way to do it as well, using Streamer's overlay tool. Just to start fresh, I'll clear the transcript. Then I'll launch the overlay tool. There! Now I can superimpose the captioning on top of my PowerPoint slides. Note that the tool shows a picture of the person that is speaking, in this case me. If there are multiple presenters in your meeting, each time a new person starts speaking, this picture is updated. There are a lot of settings in the overlay window. I can choose the font I want to use, the size, the color, and the color of the background, along with the transparency setting. Here I can choose the line spacing and the size of the avatar picture that's displayed. There's also this caption buffer feature. Streamer dynamically updates the transcript using context surrounding the words. It does this in both directions, using previously spoken words to determine each new word, and when new words are selected, it looks back in time and updates those previous words as well. This bidirectional use of context is one of the reasons Streamer is so accurate. The downside is that as words are updated, it causes the transcript to jump a bit. To smooth that out, you can add a buffer to the captioning. A large buffer slightly delays the appearance of the words, but it smooths out all of those updates. I tend to use the medium or short buffer. Okay, that covers the first 2 options. Both of those options are for open captioning, meaning everyone participating in your streaming event will see the captioning. In this third option, I'll show you how you can use closed captioning with Streamer. With closed captioning, just the people that want to view the captioning will do so, and they can choose to view that captioning and hear your presentation in their choice of over 100 different languages. In this configuration, guests view the captioning or translation by logging into Streamer on their computer, tablet, or phone. You can either send them a one-time invite code to join your meeting, or set up a shared account that everyone will use anytime they want to connect. Shared accounts are a really easy way for people to connect to your events, as each time they'll use the exact same process. When you use a shared account, you do not need to send out a new invite code for each event. Let's set up a shared account for them. For this video, I'm going to use two browser windows. That way you can see my Streamer account here on the left side, and you'll see the new shared account here on the right side. Again, the left side is what I'll see on my computer, and the right side is what guests will see on their computer, tablet, or phone when they log into Streamer. To create the new shared account, I'll go to streamer.center and click on the Login button. Then click the link to create the new account and enter the name and the rest of the information. I'm going to call the shared account Avante Guest. Note that I could create a shared account for other languages, such as Avante Hindi. Guests that use that account will then see and hear the captioning in Hindi or whatever language I select. For this account, I'm going to use United States English, so I'll set it to that language. Okay, now that I've created the new account, here's what they see in their lobby. They only see the open demo room. By default, your captioning is always private and secure, so I need to give them permission to see it. I'll do that now. In my admin account, I'll jump into the room where the captioning is being generated and type the allow command, like this. There, you can now see that they have permission to view the captioning. They can enter the room like this. When I turn on captioning in my admin account, it also appears in the guest account window. Okay, one more additional step. By default, each new account is a super user account. Super users have the microphone and command bar at the bottom of the screen. This means in addition to viewing the captioning, they can also participate in the conversation. Whatever they say or type will also appear in the overall transcript. If you want guests to have that ability, that's great. In many situations, however, you only want them to have the ability to view the captioning and not to have the ability to add to it. If that's the case for your live streaming event, then you will want to remove that microphone and command bar from the guest account. To do that, you simply change the account from being a super user to become a normal user. You do that by entering the make normal command, like this. There, now the shared guest account no longer has the microphone or command bar. During your meeting, if you want to open up the guest account for discussions, you can do that by making the account a super user once again. There, now the microphone and command bar appear once again. Okay, one more final step to consider. If you want guests to have the ability to download a transcript of your live stream, then in your admin account, type the set download command with yes. If you do not want to give them that ability, then type the set download command with no. That's it. Again, I'll just place this captioning window in my second monitor that is not part of my live stream, or just hide the window and leave it running in the background, like this. Even though I've hidden the window, Streamer is still running and captioning everything that I'm saying. And using the shared account, everyone can view that captioning on their own computer, tablet, or phone. And they can do that in whatever language they prefer, both seeing the translation and hearing it spoken aloud in their language. Well, those are the three options. Let's do a quick review of this video. Streamer can be used with any live streaming package to provide real-time captioning and translation of whatever anyone says. This includes platforms from Zoom, Google, Adobe, Cisco, Facebook, and more. You can use open captioning, where everyone sees the live transcription, or closed captioning, that is viewed just by individuals that want to see it. And you can use a combination of these approaches, where the open captioning may be in English, and individuals can choose to view closed captioning in another language. One really great way to use Streamer is for everyone to launch the overlay feature on their computers. That way each person has complete control on how the captioning is displayed. They pick where on the screen it's shown, the font size, font color, number of lines of captioning, and of course the language. When someone starts speaking, their name and picture is shown in the overlay module. If, for example, you are having a meeting with coworkers, instead of everyone using the same shared account, have each person create their own Streamer account. That way when anyone talks, you'll see what they are saying in the overlay window, along with their name and picture. No matter which of the three approaches you use, in all cases, you choose which participants will be included in the captioning. Perhaps just yourself, or a selected group of presenters, or everyone that is participating in your meeting. And you can also choose if participants can download and save a copy of the transcript. There are a lot more features we've included in Streamer that we have not covered in this video. For example, many live streaming systems do not have the ability to share documents or to send private messages between participants. So, we've included that within Streamer. Just drag and drop a document into the transcript window, and everyone participating in your live stream now has it on their computer. And you can send messages to others anytime, during the live stream or later. Your messages are always saved in your Streamer notifications page. Plus, Streamer is a great note-taking system. Everyone can add their own private notes to their copy of the live transcript, tagging and categorizing important areas for later review. Plus, when you save the transcript, Streamer automatically summarizes the contents into a single paragraph. Thanks for watching this video. There are a lot of features within Streamer. To learn more, go to www.streamer.center and click on the More Info button or the Support page, or give us a call. We're always glad to answer any questions that you may have.